let's talk about land. Everyone wants land, right? Who doesn't? Nice big backyard, privacy, no nosy neighbors. It comes with all the perks. But depending on where you're coming from, you might have a different definition of what land is. For some people, it might mean a couple 100 acres. For some, it might mean 10, but for most of us here on the West Coast, it usually means an acre. My name's Cameron Cornish, your #1 real estate agent in St. George. And in today's video, that's exactly what we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna be looking at homes out here that are sitting on at least a half acre, maybe to an acre. If you wanna get a home built, or if you wanna buy a home with what we call out here some land, what's it gonna run you? What's it gonna cost? And really, what can you expect? Let's do it together. This is Living in STG. Let's do it. All right, you guys, let's get into this topic of land here. And I'm going to be taking you all over the city, by the way. We're going to start in Santa Clara, even go to Washington, Hurricane, even out to the Zion National Park area. But I'm going to start over here in the vineyards. This is right outside of Santa Clara, and they are half-acre lots that are available, and they're going for about $415,000. And we're going to take a look at price here in a second. We'll actually pull up a search engine. But as you can see, there's two things you can really do, right? When you have a half-acre lot, you can build a 6, 7, 8,000 square foot home on it and have maybe a smaller backyard, or you can build a smaller home on it and have a bigger backyard, right? And so in this neighborhood, obviously, there's some pretty big homes going in here, but let's look at some prices, right? I want to show you guys some things, and we're gonna look at land. We're gonna look at half acre, like 0.50 to maybe 0.60 acre lots, show you guys the availability, and try to get a trend on what we're looking at as far as the price goes. And so let's take a look at these homes. Let's just do the St. George area from Ivins all the way out to Hurricane, and we'll look and see what's available and look at some prices here. Okay, so maybe what we can do too is we can even look at we'll look at it from ascending, right? So we'll go from starting at the smallest price range all the way to the highest price range. Now, of course, there's going to be some outliers. There's going to be some really expensive ones on here because they have some really crazy views of Snow Canyon or something like that. But you can see they're starting in the high 2s, like lower 3s, right? So you're going to see $300,000 lots here, half acre lots. We're going to start to see some 400 and 500,000 half acre lots. And then, of course, as you get to the bottom, like I said, there's going to be some of those outliers right there. But I think it's pretty safe to say that if we're looking at half acre lots, you're going to be paying anywhere between $300,000 to $500,000 for that lot itself. And then you want to consider cost to build. Okay, the average cost to build here in St. George, just depending on the builder you end up choosing and going with, is going to be between $200 to $400 a square foot. Now, let's start conservative. If we're talking about a smaller 2,000 square foot home at $300 a square foot, we're looking at a $600,000 home plus the lot, right? That's add another 300. That's a $900,000 home on a half acre lot with a smaller 2,000 square foot home. Okay, now if you're wanting to build a bigger home, then obviously just add more to that. But I think it's pretty safe to say for the average person building a home on a half acre lot, you're going to spend anywhere between 1.2 to maybe 1.7 for a home like that on a half acre here in St. George. So as we're talking about that, let's go take a look at one of those homes and really what you can expect. We're going to look at a couple different ones today. This one is over off Washington Dam Road in Washington City. It's in the Frontier subdivision, and there's some quarter acre lots all the way up to half acre lots available. A lot of them are already for sale. People are building on them left and right. Now, this home in particular within this subdivision is 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,500 square feet. Now, the price tag on this home is $1,650,000. Now, as I walked through this home, if I'm being honest with you, I thought to myself, this is kind of what the typical $1.1, $1.2 million home looks like here in St. George as far as the size goes and the square footage of the house, the neighborhood, things like that. So I definitely understand that. But you're probably wondering the same thing I'm wondering. Where did that extra $400,000-$500,000 in that price tag come from? And again, as we're talking about land, we're talking about, hey, it's built on a half acre. Plus, this home also has a pool. Now here in St. George, if you want to get a pool built, you're looking at anywhere between $100,000 to $150,000, especially if you're going with the slide and you got the spa, the hot tub, everything else included. So you want to factor that in there. I don't think the landscaping is completely done in this home, by the way, as well. I know they're going to do some xeriscape, so I'm sure they're going to have some shrubs and bushes and things like that they'll add to this. It looks kind of dry right now, but I just don't think they're done with some of the landscaping here. But there's that pool. As you can still see, it's being constructed right now. They're still doing some things to it. But then you have this RV garage over on the side, a double RV garage, might I add. It's 55-foot climate controlled RV garage. And so when you look at this home, honestly, it doesn't feel like a half acre, but if you consider that double RV garage there, it is. It's sitting on a half acre, and there you have it right there. Again, people in St. George love their toys, side-by-sides, boats, RVs, all of that kind of stuff. So when you start to factor that in, you start to understand where you get that $1.6 million price range. Let's head over to Hurricane, and I'm going to show you guys something really cool. A house that I found that is listed for about 1.2 right now. Now, according to the agent, it just appraised for 1.8, and she mentioned to me that the builder, the seller, is really motivated to let it go so he can start a new project here. So if you're looking for an investment, something with instant equity, this home definitely fits that bill right there. And to be honest with you, I'm very impressed even by the build quality. I mean, I would say it's even Pareda Homes kind of build quality within this house right here. Really beautiful lot as well, right on the corner. I think the only thing it's missing is some brick walls around that property, and the majority of their yard is kind of on the side right there, or the front, just considering which way you're looking at the house, I guess. But as we enter this beautiful home right here, as you can see, they have it staged, which always helps. You got a double island, a huge island for entertaining and eating and things like that. And then there's even a prep island right there with the sink in it, huge butler's pantry as well. Bosch and Frigidaire appliances. They just did an incredible job on this home, to be honest with you. I'm very impressed by it. You have a downstairs and an upstairs, a laundry room. I'll show you guys that here in a minute. There's the pantry. Let's head over to the master bedroom area. Before we do, we'll stop at this half bath, and love the tile in here and just the gold accents within this house. They did a great job. A massive master bedroom right there. Love this closet as well. It looks like there's some electronic hangers and things like that. But just a beautiful master bedroom. It's always good to have something big like that. Love the details. You got the rain shower heads plus the double shower heads, and then you even have a little lighting under the niche there. Just again, some of the quality within this house did a great job. Love the pitch in the ceiling upstairs within this loft. And then you got a couple bedrooms up here. These two bedrooms actually adjoined by like a Jack and Jill style bathroom. Little book nook in this room as well. But again, you kind of just go through this door here. You got your toilet, you got your shower in there. Right through the next door will lead you into the other bathroom and closet. And then you have the adjoining bedroom right here. So here's these two bedrooms. Really cool kind of layout, just because I'll be honest with you, as a realtor, it starts to get kind of boring walking through so many of these homes that have like the same exact floor plan. It's kind of like you know what to expect, you know what's around every corner, but every now and then you get into a home like this and it's just different. You don't really know where you're going, and it's kind of refreshing as a realtor here in St. George, right? I love this little loft area that also has a full bath in it, so again, you can turn that into a bedroom if you wanted to. But really beautiful views as well of some of these mountains over here in Hurricane. All right, you guys, I got something special to show you. This is the cottage at Mandira. It's a one-of-a-kind estate over in Rockville, Utah, right outside of Zion National Park. And this was actually a Pareda home earlier this year in 2025. And when they had it for sale during the parade, they were only selling the home and about 1.38 acres of it. But just recently, they opened up the entire vineyard for sale as well. So the vineyard itself sits on 5.14 acres. So altogether, you're looking at about 6.52 acres total here. Now, this is a 4-bedroom, 6-bath, 4,000 square foot home here. And the price tag on it is $4.8 million. And when you start to take a look at the details within this house, you're going to start to understand why. I mean, I look around here between the custom woodwork that's done in the house and the stonework and all the little details like that beam running across the living room right there. You take a look at some of the ceilings in this house as well, and the details are just amazing, right? I mean, this really does kind of give you that old world charm, and it's timeless, right? The modern luxury throughout the house as well. just really gives you a sense that you're living in something special. As you step out into the front patio right here, you have a pool, views of Zion National Park, and you even have like a sand volleyball pit over there to the left side. But what's really cool is there's even a wine tasting room in here as well. And it's just so special, right? When you look into this room, there's events that you can do here. The possibilities are limitless. You can make this a primary or a secondary residence, or if you want to, you can even use it as an event-ready estate as well and charge people to put on events here like wine tasting and so forth. You have this really cool little hidden bookcase door right here into a card room. As you walk into one of the master bedrooms, this is the upstairs master bedroom here. There's one downstairs and upstairs, but what's really cool is as we go into this bathroom, in the shower, that walk-in shower, you also have a sauna. And then as we go outside, there's a cold plunge right there on the patio, just overlooking Zion National Park. This is the casita area over on the other side of the home. You can either go through the garage or on the outside of the house, but you walk into this upstairs casita that sits right above the RV garage. And again, beautiful views all throughout. Again, there's so many possibilities. You could charge people for it or whatever it might be. But I think when you tell people you live on land, I think this is what most people think of. So I just had to show you this property. All right, you guys, I can already see some of you in my comment section already saying, oh my gosh, so much money for no land at all, only a half acre or an acre lot. Listen, I understand there's other parts in the country where you can get an acre or a couple acre lot with a home already on it for $500,000. I get it. I understand. But if you want the perks of living in this beautiful city that we call St. George, Utah, this hidden gem that still exists in America, well, the prices are a little bit different out here. And so I just want you guys to keep that in mind. But obviously there's people still moving here, and there's people with the money to be able to provide and support a lifestyle like that because this city is booming. So keep that in mind, you guys. And I just want you to be as knowledgeable as you possibly can when it comes to Southern Utah. That's the reason why I continually make these videos for you guys. And so I want to help you with that. Listen, if you're looking to maybe build a home that sits on a half acre lot plus, and you want to get into contact with some builders, or you would like to know from my perspective, who are some of the best builders in town, well, reach out to me. Let's talk more about that. Here's my phone number. You can email me or call me at any time as well. And I want to help you plan those next steps to moving here to St. George and making this place your home. So let's do it together, you guys. I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe as always. And I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless.